Hello, guys. Today I'll be taking us on the step-to-step guide on how to apply for the Chevening Scholarship. Now, if you don't know how to go about it for a start, you can just go to Google, just like I've done here, and type Chevening Scholarship 2022, which is the application section that is on now, and you'll be redirected directly to Chevening website, which is here, as you can see in the front page here, or let's just go Chevening Scholarship directly. Once you type in Chevening Scholarship, you see their page here, chevening.org. So let's just click on Chevening Scholarship. It will redirect us to their website. Now, Chevening Scholarship, as we all know, application for this scholarship to study in the UK is open between August 2nd to November 1st, 2022, with applications to be submitted via chevening.org/apply. So now if you want to get /apply, you can come here, click on apply. You would see where you will begin your journey towards applying for the Chevening Scholarship. Let's go back to the home page. Now, Chevening is an international award program established by the government of the United Kingdom and funded by the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, and its partner organization to provide fully funded scholarships, living expenses, and tuition fee waiver to international students from eligible countries. Now, eligible countries includes a list of over 150 countries that are not in the US or other European countries, including the UK. So if you're a citizen of any country that is outside the US and not in any of the European countries, including the UK, you might just be eligible for the Chevening Scholarship. Now, one thing I would advise people to do, just like we are in their homepage now, before you start applying for the Chevening Scholarship, learn about the Chevening Scholarship, and where is the best place to learn about the Chevening Scholarship is definitely on their website, chevening.org. Now, this is the website of Chevening Scholarship, their official website. You have scholarships. They don't only give out scholarship, they also give out fellowships. They also have a rich alumni network, which is over 50,000 strong alumni network with current Cheveners, where you can read about policies, how you can read about scholarship timelines, their experiences living in the UK, the events they hold, how to apply for visas, how to get involved as a Chevening scholar, travel experiences, their well-being, and all that. Then if you want to send in your application, you can click on apply. Now, going about the scholarship, which is what we are interested in and not the fellowship, the scholarship, you can also, in their page, you can also read about how you can apply, application timeline, guidance, find a course, how you can go about finding a course, why you should study in the UK, and frequently asked questions. Now, let's quickly go to who can apply. Yeah, is one of the things you would also look at, not how to apply. So let's quickly look at the application timeline. The application timeline for this section of application, you have application, just like I mentioned, starting on the 2nd of August 2022, which means that the Chevening application section is already on for this year for 2023 admission. Application was opened at 12 o'clock BST, British Summer Time, or West African Time is the same thing. 12 o'clock British Summer Time on the 2nd of August, and we scaled through to 1st November 2022 at exactly 12 o'clock GMT. That is the deadline application, which is the 1st of November 2022 at midday. Then from 2nd November 2022, applications are sifted against eligibility criteria, which means experts in the Chevening network, they will be reviewing. You can see the picture, the image here, where they review applications. They will be reviewing the applications to rule out some candidates that will not be making it to the Chevening scholarship as a result of not meeting the eligibility criteria. So they have a link here for you to read about Chevening eligibility criteria to make you be on a good standing. Then around mid-November to December, this community, they will be reading and assessing these applications. And reading is based on independent reading committee assessing all eligible applications. Scores and rankings are being made, which are then passed to the local British embassies and high commissions. Now, remember, I said that this scholarship is being funded, is being managed by the UK government. All right. So, scores and rankings will be passed back to the local British embassies and high commissions, which where other processes will be taken up from. Then, around early to mid February 2023, applicants are shortlisted for interviews. Now, I know from August to February is a long waiting time. The total process of you applying for Chevening Scholarship and getting into Chevening Scholarship can take a maximum of 8 months. As far as this application session is concerned, if you're watching this video after 2023, the rules might differ just a little, but it takes a maximum of 8 months for the application process to be complete. So in early to mid February 2023, applicants are shortlisted for interview. Once the Embassy High Commission has reviewed the applications that were passed on to them, they produce a short list of those that they would invite for interview. So notifications will be sent to different applicants. Now, each country will have its own shortlisted candidates. Sometimes some countries will get a slot of 50, some countries may get a slot of 25 based on the number of applicants coming from that country. Sometimes Nigeria had around 50, sometimes 53, sometimes 40 something, sometimes it all depends on the number of applications coming from that country and the focus of the Chevening assessors on those specific countries. Now, around February to late April 2023, references and education documents are expected to be sent in by shortlisted candidates, while by 27th February to 28th April, interviews will be taking place, which marks the second phase of the Chevening application. Now, usually, I attended one of the Chevening scholarship interview in the British Embassy in Abuja. So interviews will be taking place in British embassies, British high commissions in different countries. So once you're shortlisted, they would send you an address where you'll be attending your interview based on your preference. For instance, if you're coming from Nigeria, during your application process, you would have to select if you'll be going for your interview in Abuja or if you'll be going for your interview in Lagos, because these are the two places where you have British embassies and high commission. So after the interview, from June 2023, you are expected to get your results if you'll be progressing to be given the Chevening Scholarship or not. So after months of preparation and trepidation, the strongest candidates will experience jubilation when interview results are announced from June. Now, from 13th July 2023 is their offer deadline, which is the deadline to receive and submit at least one conditional offer that you've been offered an admission to study in the UK. By September and October, you are flying to the UK to begin your study as a Chevening scholar. So this is approximately the timeline. It helps gives you a clue of all you are expected to do, of all you are expected to follow up with the Chevening applications. So do well to go to their website, look at the application guideline, look at the guidance, what you're expected to follow up with, how you can find a course. Now, the Chevening Scholarship, they expect you to apply to different universities and different 3 courses that are related in those three universities. All right. So see how you can find a course and how you can find universities that are being sponsored through the Chevening Scholarship. Look at also how you can why you should study in the UK, the advantages of studying in the UK, what you can expect, and all that. Then you can also look at frequently asked questions, which are questions that you might want to ask that other applicants have asked over the years. Okay, so now what we should do is let's go straight to the step-to-step guide without wasting much of our time. We'll start by applying. So it will take you directly to chevening.org/apply. So for you to find an award, you have to identify the country you are applying from. You can see list of countries here. from Afghanistan to Algeria to Albania to Angola. So, not wasting your time going down this menu, you can just click here. Let me use our country, Nigeria, as a yardstick. Nigeria, select award. You are applying for scholarship, not fellowship. Then you search. Loading, 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 loading. So quickly, this will redirect you to the Nigerian page for you to apply for the Chevening Scholarship. If you're applying from Ghana, if you're applying from Sierra Leone, if you're applying from Iraq, Iran, you can always search for your country to see how you can go about it. Now, you can see Chevening in Nigeria, it doesn't matter where you're from, it's where you're going to that counts. So are just details on how you can go about applying for Chevening Scholarship if you're coming from Nigeria. So you just scroll down. This is the document where you have the list of documents that they need. You have selection updates. You have how you can send information for feedback, references, interviews, how you can get a full guideline on how to apply. So do well to read each of these things. Now, the first page in their first email homepage where you have scholarship, it provides you with a general overview. While for this page, which have Nigeria as a focus, it gives you details on how you can go about applying if you are from Nigeria. So let's go ahead and apply today. Apply now. So we've been redirected to the application page for the 2022 Chevening Scholarship. Now, here in the first page, it is highlighted that if you're interested in applying for the Chevening Award, we encourage you to review the guidance on our website to ensure that you have the best possible chance to be selected. Chevening Scholarship is usually designed to get the strongest candidates from each countries who are working towards the development of their country or of their community, who are studying, who have taken up courses or who are interested in taking up courses to provide developmental initiatives in their community. So you should look at the Chevening website, know what they want, know what they are looking out for before your application. Do well to read about the Chevening Award before you apply. So the first thing we will do, since we've not registered, we'll just go ahead and register. So now we have please carefully review and accept the length policy. So we can find it somewhere around here. So once you've gotten to this point, you go ahead and click accept. So it will take us to this first page where you have to fill in your contact information. They want to get your demographic information, your basic biometric information before you progress with the Chevening Scholarship. So basically, I'm assuming I'm starting the application for the Chevening Scholarship. First, I'll go with Mr. Days, go with my first name, Obinna, my last name, Eze, name I prefer to be called. I prefer to be called Obinna. So I keep scrolling down. Pronouns, definitely no. Definitely he, him. Then scroll down. This is the email I'll be using for the sake of this application. Let me use a dummy email I've created for this application. Victor, let me just use a dummy email. Quickly. Okay. Let me continue. Confirm email. So, yep. Then they will need an additional email. I think is for them to get information. Maybe if they cannot get an information across to you, they cannot reach you through the other email, and for security reasons, then you put in your mobile telephone number. Let me use a dummy telephone number. Then your home address, which is not too important. Then you put on your address. Where do you live? Okay. Then what city do you live? City of Abuja. What province or state do you live? Abuja. Then the zip code, you put it in. Then country or territory of residence, Nigeria. For instance, since we are already using Nigeria, then you verify and confirm that these details you've entered are correct. Then you submit. Now, after submitting, it will require you to go back to your email and activate the link they've sent to you before you can continue your application process. Now, this is my email. I'll quickly refresh my inbox to see if the message is in. It's not in yet. You can give yourself a few minutes to go back to it. So let me go back so we can see the email here. Welcome to Chevening Scholarship. So, dear Obinna, blah, 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 you go to the address and activate your account. So, once you're in here, you'll be expected to put in a password for which you will use to log in. Password must have at least 8 characters. Password must have at least one lowercase letter. It must have at least one upper case letter, and password must have at least one number. So let's choose a password. Let me go back. I think I've made a mistake. Let's choose one. New password does not match with confirmed password. Password must have at least. Okay. Yep. So we've gotten all our password right. We'll submit. So it will take us back to the application site to continue our application, to log in and continue our application. So here we are to complete our application process. Now my details are already here for me to continue. So I will just scroll down. I can put in my telephone number, but for the sake of this video, I will just skip it. Nigeria. Select province, Abuja. Select city, Abuja. Postcode is there. Home telephone number is not important. Anyone that has a red asterisk is important. Date of birth, a dummy date of birth, April 28th. Let's go for 1988. Date of birth confirmation, put the same thing. April 12, 1988. Okay, so let's continue. Country of territory of citizenship, Nigeria. Do you hold dual citizenship? No. That is for me. If you hold dual citizenship, you can select yes. Country of territory of birth, Nigeria for me. State or province of birth, Port Harcourt for me. Rivers. I've saved it. The next thing is to validate profile. the year of birth didn't really match, so let me just change it. 1988. So our contact profile is completed. So we are advised to click here to view our homepage. So quickly you click here, it will redirect you to where you do the main application for your Chevening scholarship. Now, this is the homepage of your Chevening scholarship. Each time you want to continue your application, or you want to update any information, this is the first place you would come in to continue your application. This first part, which I've highlighted, shows that your application is in progress. Once I click on this, it will turn, this zero will turn to 1 to show that I've started an application. Once I've submitted an application, this would also turn to 1 to show that one application has been submitted and is awaiting review. Then once the application process is done, if I'm being offered a place, it will show here conditionally selected and reserved on an award. Why, if my application is unsuccessful, it will definitely show 1 here to show that my application is unsuccessful. Now, we are advised to go to available open awards to see awards for you which you will be eligible for. Please submit your application at your earliest convenience. So we've checked this out. The next thing you will do to progress with your application is to go to available open awards, which is where you will see the awards for which you might be eligible to apply in. Available open awards, you've already filled that you're applying from Nigeria, you've already filled those details out. Now you want to see what awards are available to you as someone who is coming or applying from Nigeria. Now, they said a list of open awards that are available in your citizenship country for which applicants are eligible to apply for one scholarship and one fellowship, or one scholarship and one bilateral award. So we are not concerning ourselves with all these explanations. We just want to apply for the Chevening scholarship. So we are anticipating a marked increase in the number of applications being submitted prior to the close of application on Wednesday, 1st November. To manage this increase and to ensure that applicants registering for the first time and requesting password request emails are prioritized, applicants will no longer receive a confirmation emails once application is submitted. So once you submit your application and you're not receiving an application email, don't get yourself disturbed, because they've already stated here that they might not be sending you an email to confirm that you've submitted your application. So it is from this dashboard that you'll be seeing from your own page that you've submitted your application. So going down, you see the Nigerian Chevening Scholarship, you see Chevening Oxford Center of Islamic Study, you see Chevening British Library Fellowship, which are all the awards you're eligible for. So what you're interested in is the Nigerian Chevening Scholarship. Now, it is stated that it is awarded to outstanding emerging leaders to pursue a 1-year thought master's degree program in the United States, providing opportunity for leaders, future leaders, influencers, and decision makers from all over the world to develop professionally. So get these details right, make sure you're the right candidate. Then you can also click on info here to get more details about the scholarship for someone applying for from Nigeria. Now, you from here you have details about the award, you have details about deadline. Award opens on the 2nd of August, closes by 12 p.m. You can also see here you have the close date, which is November. References should be sent on or before 21st of February 2023. Reference deadline time is around 12 o'clock noon, updated by the name of the person updating it and all that. So after getting this information, you can just close and apply. All right, under Nigerian Chevening Scholarship. So you click apply. It will take you directly to this new eligibility criteria to ensure you're eligible for this award. So the first question is, are you a citizen of Chevening eligible country and territory? I told you earlier that over 150 countries are eligible, excluding the US and some of the countries in Europe, including the UK. So for someone applying from Nigeria, the answer is yes. So will you return to the country or territory through which you are applying for Chevening Award after your award has ended? Now, as a rule, for the Chevening Scholarship, once you've gotten into the scholarship, once you're done with your 1 year master's degree program, you are expected to return back to your country to implement on what you've learned over the course of your academic journey in the UK and your experiences for a maximum or a minimum of 2 years. All right. So it is in their policy statement, it is in their rules that you return back to your country. So if you don't have the intent of returning back, then the Chevening Scholarship is not for you. So if you will be returning back to your country to continue with the developmental work from your experiences in the UK through the Chevening Scholarship, your answer is yes. Do you have an undergraduate degree that will enable you to gain entry onto a postgraduate program in the UK? This is typically equivalent to an upper second class honors degree in the UK. So now, so many persons will say, okay, because they don't have 2-1, they won't be applying for the Chevening Scholarship. Now, the Chevening Scholarship looks beyond your grade in the university with 2-2. So many persons have gotten into the Chevening Scholarship and all that. So if you have an undergraduate degree to enable you get into a postgraduate program, you should just go ahead and click yes. Now, why they added this equivalent of upper second class is because most UK universities would give admissions to people who has degree from 2-1 to first class. But there are still universities that are under the Chevening Scholarship that can offer you admission if you have a 2-2. So do well to click yes, even if you have a 2-2. Now, the next question is, do you have the minimum work experience as stated below, which is 2 years, which is an equivalent of 2,800 hours? Post undergraduate degree, have you worked for a minimum of 2 years? This could be a paid and or unpaid internship, a volunteer work, a part-time work, or a full-time work. Now, it might be a work in which you're not paid, it might be you volunteering for an organization or in your community, but it should be an equivalent of 2,800 hours. So the answer is yes for me. Are you at least 18 years of age? Obviously, yes. So you submit. Okay? Submission failed due to the following. Will you have completed your undergraduate degree before the date of submitting your application cannot be empty? Okay, there is one we missed here. Let's go down. Okay, there are more questions down here. Are you at least 18 years? Yes. Will you have completed your undergraduate degree before the date of submitting this application? Yes. The answer is yes. Are you applying for a scholarship for a course of study commencing in the UK by autumn term 2023? The answer is yes. Autumn time is around September 2023. I think that is the last. So we can go ahead and submit. The next thing you would have to do is to fill in the scholarship eligibility questionnaire. Now, it is said that you have successfully passed the eligibility questionnaire. Please complete the pre-screen questionnaire in order for the system to determine if you may complete the application form. So the next set of questions you will answer is, do you aspire to be or are you already a leader, decision maker, or opinion former in your home country or territory? Yes, because you aspire to be a leader in your industry. Are you a British citizen? Definitely no for me. If you are, you can put in yes. Then the next question is, are you a national of the British Overseas Territory, or are you applying from Hong Kong as a holder of BN? I don't know what that is all about, so my answer is no. So the next question is, have you been employed in a permanent, temporary, or internship role since July 2020 by the UK government, the British Council, or the Association of Commonwealth Universities? The answer is no. Have you any of your immediate relatives been employed by the above organization since July? Never. So the answer is no. So you save your drafts. If you don't save, if anything happens to the system, to your network, you lose all the informations you've highlighted. So you submit for pre-screen. Here we are. So this is the main application part of your Chevening scholarship. This is what we call like maybe the motherboard. This is the your own personalized front page where you would include everything you need to add towards your scholarship and all that. So I will quickly run us through it so that we would have an overview of what we are expected to do. It provides us with about five details you have to fill, from your background to answering essay questions to application information, terms and conditions, and you uploading your documents and submitting. So quickly, your personal details have already been filled up. So the next thing you would answer is preferred interview location. During the timeline, I mentioned that you will be going for interview. So for someone who is applying from Nigeria, you have specific interview location, which is basically Lagos and Abuja. They would already state it there. If you're applying from Iran, Iraq, India, Pakistan, anywhere you're applying for, at this stage, you just have the options stated there for you. You just click on one, which is Abuja, because I stay close to Abuja. Then you scroll down. Your email address is there, every other details is there about your province, the state where you live in. Then the next thing they will need you to do is to fill in your educational qualification. The Chevening program eligibility criteria requires applicants to have completed all components of an undergraduate degree qualification by the time they submit an application for Chevening. The degree should enable them to gain entry to a postgraduate program in UK university. This is typically equivalent to an upper second class honors degree in the UK. To start this section, click on Add Education Details. So for the sake of this application, you can add as many as possible. Start with your recent educational qualification. You will not be able to submit your application if you have more than 15 submitted educational activities. So you can add as many as possible, but it should not be more than 15. So you should start with your most recent. Mine was an undergraduate study. Most persons take up Chevening Scholarship after a second master's degree program. They can also accept you into Chevening Scholarship as far as you can give them reason why you're going in for a second master's. Territory where I took this course is in Nigeria. Confirm country and territory of study. So after that, I'll be filling in the name of the university, prestigious University of Port Harcourt. In here. Then date, that was around 11th November 2014 for 2029 for instance. Date of graduation, let's use 19/8/2016. Type of degree study, that was Bachelor of Science. Bachelor of Science should be around here. Yep. Degree type, nursing. Course title, same, nursing. Result scale. Now, there are several result scales here, but for Nigeria, it is GPA. So find your own result scale as it relates to your university. Then I graduated with a 2-1. Then you submit. Now, if I'm adding more qualifications, maybe a postgraduate study or a diploma program, I will submit and add new. But for the sake of this application, let's submit. If you add educational details, if you come back here, it won't show until you save your draft. then your details would show. It will refresh and show your details. If you want to open it, you open it. If you want to delete it, you can delete it. So you continue. At no point should you submit to Chevening. Once you've submitted the application. You can only save at this point in time to progress with your application. Work experience. Now, Chevening Scholarship requires you to have at least 2 years work experience, just like I've explained earlier, which is around 2,400 hours of work hours, if I'm not mistaken. This could be a volunteer work, it could be a part-time work, it could be a full-time work, it could be an unpaid work, it could be a community service which you've done over time and all that. So just answer questions related to this. Are you currently employed in full-time or part-time or a voluntary or internship role? The answer should be yes. Then you continue. Enter your work experience details. You add work experience. For the sake of this application, I would only add one. Enter the name of the organization, 360-degree Health Network. Job title, you add a job title, project manager. Confirm job title and position. Next is to fill in other details. When did you start this work? Let me say I started in 2016. Enter. To 2022, obviously. Number of hours worked. Now, if this is your current role, Chevening would calculate the total number of hours worked up to the deadline of the Chevening scholarship. But for other work experience, previous work experience, you just have to calculate the number of hours worked. At the end of the day, from 2016 to 2022, you calculate hours worked per week. If you're working an average of 8 hours a day, times it with 5 days, let me say you work 5 days in a week, times it with 5 days, you have 40 hours in a week. Then you'd continue. Now, for the total number of hours for this particular job, Chevening would help you calculate this once you click on submit for this particular job description. Then employment type, is it a full-time, is it a part-time, or is it a volunteer work? For me, it is a full-time. For the sake of this application, I would only use this. Then you have to provide details of this work, what were your responsibility, what were your roles, and all that. For the sake of this application, I'll just type in gibberish. Then sector, what sector is it on? Is it a private sector or is it a public sector? For mine, I will go for a public sector. For other jobs, it might be an internship. For that job, it might be a volunteer experience. You can add a private sector. You can add as many jobs you've worked over time in this part of your job application. Then you click on submit and add new, or you click on submit. Submit and add new if you have other jobs to add. Remember, you first add your most recent, then others would follow. Then submit if you don't have any other one to click on. Now remember, clicking submit will create the record and calculate total number of hours for this work. The application cannot be submitted unless the work experience entry is fully completed. So I'll press submit. I'll click on submit. Is loading. So this is successful for my work experience. I will continue and save to draft to let this work experience to show off. I have to click on save draft. Save draft. So this is the work experience details here. You can open, you can delete, you can edit, then you can not submit at this point. And once you've submitted your application, you cannot really go back to it. So don't submit, just go ahead and next. Now, the next part after your background is your essay questions. Now, in these essay questions, they want to see your ability to answer certain leadership questions, certain questions around your ability to build network, how you can cope studying in the UK, and your career plans, short-term and long-term career plans, after your study in the UK. Now, each of these sections in my next videos, I'll be taking each of these sections. I will break them down in my next videos. But for the sake of this video, I will just highlight them. In your leadership and influence, they want to know you as an individual. They want to know you as someone who will be able to impact on his or her community, someone who is able to influence on decisions in an organization. It might just be an organization, it might just be in your community, it might just be a unit of an organization. They just want to see how you can be able to show that leadership quality, which is what they need excuse me, in this part of the application. So they will need you to write a minimum of 100 words and a maximum of 500 words. Once you exceed 500 words, it will cut. All right. So you don't exceed 500 words. Even as I'm typing here, once I exceed 500 words, it definitely cuts. So a minimum of 100 words and a maximum of 500 words. Now, in this other part, relationship building and sharing learning, Chevening is looking for individuals with strong professional relationship building skills who would engage with the Chevening community and influence and lead others in their chosen profession. So here you would have to explain how you'll be able to build and maintain relationship in a professional capacity using clear examples of how you have done this currently in your workplace, in your community, in your society, or any network you believe you belong to. You should also outline how you hope to use these skills in the future after being awarded the Chevening Scholarship. So you have a minimum of 100 words and a maximum of 500 words. For the sake of this application, let me just type gibberish. I will make fresh videos on how you can answer each of these questions. So the next question, the next essay you have to fill in is studying in the UK. All right. Now, studying in the UK, how do you intend? You have to outline why you have selected your choosing 3 universities and explain how this relates to your previous academic or professional experiences and plans for the future. Why do you want to study in the UK? Why have you chosen these specific courses, and why have you chosen these universities to study in the UK? How does it affect, or how would it impact on your future as a professional? This is where they want you to highlight it. For the sake of this, I will just type this. Now, the last one is your career plans. Post Chevening, they want to know about your short-term career goals 2 to 3 years after the Chevening Scholarship, and your long-term career goals maybe 10 years after your Chevening Scholarship. They want you to highlight it here. A maximum of 100 words and a minimum of 100 words and a maximum of 500 words. Now, if you can see, the ones I've highlighted already, they are less than 100 words. So I will just go somewhere and copy in some words and add to it. Let me just copy some stuff here and add to it to make it up 100 for each of them, for the sake of this demonstration anyway. V post paste, paste. So now you can see with each of these words, let me say I'm writing the essay, you have here 324 words remaining, 324 words remaining, 324 words remaining. So they will help you with the word count so that you will be able to keep up with having a minimum of 100 and not exceeding 500. All right. So let's continue clicking next. But before you click next, save drafts. Saving draft will allow you to always come back to your application. You can save drafts, leave it, go take some rest, go do some exercise, go eat, go take a break. Anytime you come back within this application time, you can continue with your application. But if you don't save it, once you come back, or if your system shuts down or anything related to that, you would have to start your application afresh. So always learn how to save your draft, but don't submit to Chevening. You go for next. Now here, you're required to fill in the application information, which is basically the university details. Now, for Chevening Scholarship, the Chevening program supports individuals wishing to study a master's degree qualifications. That is a full-time and based in the UK, commencing in the autumn section. Some will call it the fall section. Now, distance learning courses, part-time courses, and courses less than 9 or more than 12 months in durations are not eligible. We do not support pre-sectional courses or summer-based courses. It is essential that you research and identify 3 different courses before submitting your Chevening application. Now, it is important before you start your Chevening application to look at the eligible universities and courses that Chevening Scholarship sponsors candidates in or applicants in. It is in the Chevening website. You can always look it up. Now, it is essential you make your research for 3 different courses before submitting your application. Now, you can apply for 3 different courses at the same university with similar course titles. Let me say you want to apply in University of Manchester. You should go for University of Manchester with 3 different courses with similar course titles, such as Public Health, International Health, and Global Health in one university. That is the first option. You can also apply in with 3 different courses with similar course titles as 3 different universities, which are Global Health, Public Health, and International Health from 3 different universities such as University of Manchester, University of Oxford, and University of Sunderland. These are 3 universities. These are 3 different courses with similar course titles. The last option is to apply for 3 courses at 3 different universities, all with the same course titles, which means you can apply to University of Manchester, Coventry University, and University of Sunderland to study public health. 3 different universities, but the same course title. All right. So these are the things you need to put in place before applying to these universities, which are in the Chevening portal. Now you can go to Course Finder and find the list of courses that are being sponsored by the Chevening Scholarship. Then you read through each of these or the remaining part of this to know what you're expected to do. So let's progress. You should go ahead and add the university you want to study in. So quickly for me, select university. For me, University of Manchester, which is where I'm presently studying in. University of Manchester. Okay. Confirm university. Course and degree. Select course. The first course, remember, it should either be the same course in one university, different courses with the same course title in different universities, in 3 different universities. So I'm going for public health. Rank. So do you want, you have 3 universities and 3 courses to select. Do you want this to be your first choice, this to be your second choice, or this to be your last choice? This is my first choice. Have you already applied? You can either say yes or no, but I will say no for the case of this application. Now, even if you've not applied, it is not a criteria not to submit your Chevening scholarship. All right, you have from now till the interview time to submit a conditional offer or an unconditional offer, of which you can edit your application during this period when it comes to university. So you are advised to apply as soon as possible anyway. If offered a Chevening award, you will need to have an unconditional university offer by 13th July 2023. So you can either apply now, or you must have applied before starting the Chevening scholarship, or you can be applying while applying for the Chevening scholarship. All right. So this does not affect your application in any way. So I can either take yes, I have a conditional offer, yes, I have an unconditional offer, or no. A conditional offer is an offer that is not dependent on you paying fees, you taking your IELTS, or submitting any documents. Why? A conditional offer is an offer which is dependent on all this. You either paying a fee, you submitting a document or any other thing. Why an unconditional offer is an offer that is not dependent on anything. So for me, I would choose that I've not applied. So for you to add new, you click submit and add new. But for the sake of this demonstration, I will just submit with just one university in place. So once that is done, you would see all of the three universities I've applied in showing up. My first choice, University of Manchester. I have not applied. My second choice, Cardiff University, still public health. I have a conditional offer. My last choice, Coventry University, different course but the same course title. Different course but almost the same course title. Global Healthcare Management. Yes, I have an unconditional offer. Yours might be different. You can open this at any time. You can delete any of these. You can edit. You can change all of these before the interview or before you're expected to submit your final references or your conditional or unconditional documents. You can edit any of these during the application process and add entirely different universities you've gained admission in. It is allowed. Then the next thing you'd have to fill in is course subject area. All of these courses you filled in, which subject area is it all closest to? So it is public health. Public health is the closest. You click on it, then you continue. Do you hold a valid passport for your country or territory? You should have a passport before starting the application, but if you don't, it is still okay. So if I click yes, they would expect me to fill in my passport details and all that. So for the sake of this guide, I would have to click no. They are advising me to get my passport as it is important for me to get one for the sake of this scholarship. So if you've not gotten yours, you can still apply within the time of being reviewed for the scholarship. Before the interview, you can quickly get your passport. Do you hold a refugee status? No. If you do, you click yes. Do you hold any other form of legal residency? No, apart from being a citizen of Nigeria and living in Nigeria. No. The next one is, have you ever been to the UK? I would click no. If you've been to the UK before the application, you can click yes. Do you have a valid UK visa or permission to enter or remain in the UK? Answer is no. It might be different for you. Have you ever been refused a visa for any country? No, I've not. So I'll click no. Have you been deported? Never. I've not been deported. I'll click no. Then the next one is, do you have any criminal convictions, either spent or unspent in the UK or any other country? The answer is definitely no. You can click yes if you have any criminal record. It won't affect your application that much. I don't know if it will anyway. Have you ever been arrested or charged with any offense in any country, and are you awaiting or currently on trial? The answer is no for me. If it's yes for you, you can also click yes. Don't submit yet. You can save your drafts. Always learn to save your draft with each page you're done with. Otherwise, if you lose network or if your system goes off or if you leave your application, you would have to answer all of those questions again. So once you've saved your draft, it takes you to the fourth part of these applications, which is the terms and conditions of the application. Okay, so after saving drafts, definitely I will go to next to take me to the terms and condition. Now the terms and condition are just straightforward. During your award, these are the things you are expected to do. You to answer to this mandatory requirements, which are: during your award, I will attend mandatory Chevening events held during my award. By all means, I will, because I want the scholarship. I will actually and actively engage with the Chevening network in the UK. Yes. Now, the Chevening scholarship is not just about the 1 year you're getting a master's. You're actually being admitted to a network of over 50,000 Chevening alumni and network, which you will have to engage with over time, even after your education. So these questions are very much important. Now, another question is, I will remain in the UK during my award except for authorized absences. During your education in the UK, you're expected to remain in the UK till you're done with your award. If you need to travel maybe to your hometown for some kind reasons, you need to be authorized. And you should understand the condition not to spend more than 30 days outside the UK during this time. Yes. I will respond to surveys sent by Chevening to help evaluate the success of the program and inform ongoing program development. Yes, I will. Also, I will agree to abide by Chevening social media and messaging policy. Yes, I will. Now, Chevening over time can use your details, your success stories, your experiences, your personal information for the sake of publicity in their different platforms. So you clicking to this means that you agree to them using these details for the sake of publicity. The next one is I agree to abide by Chevening codes of conduct. Yes, by all means, I agree. Now, after your award, they are also expecting you to agree to certain details. I understand that any request to remain in the UK will not be granted, including for the purpose of further study or employment. Yes. Remember, post-study, you are expected to return back to your country for a minimum of 2 years. I will actively engage with the Chevening alumni community in my country and globally. Yes, after this award. I will join Chevening Connect, the alumni portal. Yes. I will respond to future surveys sent by Chevening to help evaluate the success of the program and inform ongoing program development. Yes. So it's not all about you gaining this scholarship. Even after the scholarship, you're expected to keep engaging with the Chevening community, answer questions or survey, attend interviews if you're being called to, share about your own experiences, join the network, alumni network in your country and globally. So the last thing is I agree to return home to the country or territory through which I am applying for scholarship for a period of at least 2 years, like I stated earlier, following the completion of my award and no later than expiry dates on my student visa. I agree not to apply for any other visa category in the UK. I understand that further opportunities for study or work in the UK are not an exception to the 2-year return home policy. Now, you should understand that the Chevening Scholarship is being run by the UK government through its embassies and local commissions. So you shouldn't think of ways of outplaying them because they have your records and they would always know when you're staying back and when and if you're returning back to your country following the award. So if you think you cannot abide by all of these policies, it is not really wise or advisable applying for the Chevening Scholarship. So I'll click on yes for this. Then remember not to submit yes. First of all, save as drafts. Once that is saved, the next thing you go is next. Now you go and click next, which will take you to the point where you upload your documents. Now, the UK Chevening Scholarship, they offer equal opportunities to individuals applying irrespective of sex, gender, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, religion, and belief. They offer equal opportunities. The documents you are about to submit now may not be what they will use to decide if they give you uh, admission or scholarship or not. All right. So they just want to know about more about you. So they're asking you, do you consider yourself disabled? For me, it is no. Do you require a specific arrangement in order to attend an online or in-person interview? Maybe you have an issue with mobility, you have an issue with sight. You can actually indicate here. For me, it is no. Please enter your gender. I am a man. All right. Do you consider yourself to be part of a minority or disadvantaged group? Maybe you're a refugee and all that. For me, it is no. Do you currently live in the capital city of your country, another urban area, a rural area, for example, village or hamlet? I will choose the capital city, which is Abuja, for the sake of this application. Where did you hear about the Chevening Scholarship? Now tell us, where did you hear about it? You can say you heard about it from Obinna Victor Eze's YouTube channel and all that. You can choose Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. For the sake of this application, let me just go for Facebook. How did you how long did you consider applying for Chevening in this application round before the beginning? I'll just go for 1 or 2 years. What were the major factors that led you to applying for the Chevening Scholarship? I'll just go for reputation of Chevening. You can click more than one. You can click all of it. It's all dependent on you. You go down. Have you applied for Chevening in previous years? If you've applied for it in previous years, you click yes. If you've not, you go for no. Have you considered applying for any other scholarship funding? You definitely, I will go for no. Completed education documents. So now, these are the documents you would have to fill in. They are expecting you to upload your certificate and transcript from your previous course and all that. You shouldn't upload more than 15. If you have conditional offers from the universities you filled in, these are also where you would upload them. First one, documents your certificate from previous studies, your transcript from previous studies. Second line, if you have conditional offers, I explained the difference between conditional and unconditional offers when I was talking about the universities you have to fill. This is the part where you would put up to 3. If you have any unconditional offer, you can put up to 3 here. Then you can also put in your referee details. If you've had your references, you can add them here. If you don't have them yet, you can always come back to edit. Then this is where you put in your passport and other details, ID documents. If you have an international passport, this is where you put them in. Then these are where you answer a few other questions to tell them if the application process was easy or difficult for you. User friendliness of the online application system satisfied. Speed and capacity. I was having few network problems, so I would just go neither satisfied or dissatisfied. Clarity of the instruction provided online to complete the application. If you understood it, you put very satisfied. Overall online application system satisfied. Now they use this for quality and reassurance purposes to ensure that they keep developing on their system. So this does not affect your application in any way. Now, final submission statement, they want you to agree to their terms and condition as it relates to the Chevening scholarship. So do well to read this and put in yes. You save your drafts. Scholarship for my application to be reviewed. But if you followed me through to this point, you know that at some point I didn't really add anything. I just had to put in some things as a makeover to explain to you what we are talking about. So if you've gotten to this point, if you've uploaded all your documents, this is the point at which you will either choose to submit or you will save as draft to continue reviewing your application before you submit. It is advisable you submit as early as possible, not towards the deadline, because towards the deadline, millions, thousands of persons apply for the Chevening scholarship every year and the numbers keep increasing. So if you wait towards the deadlines, this is out of my own personal experience. The first time I applied for Chevening scholarship, I waited up to the deadline and the system actually crashed. All right, they started having network issues towards the deadline. So many persons couldn't submit their application. They have to give an extension of 2 days. Even in that 2 days, the submission process was very, very slow. I ended up submitting my application, but at the end of the day, I rushed through it and I didn't get the best result. My second application was fair enough. I scaled through the application process towards the making it to the interview stage and all that. So make sure you submit your application as early as possible. If you're not ready to submit now, you can just save and submit later. Now, this is the end of this video. This is Obinna Victor Eze. I'll be bringing you more videos as it relates to Chevening scholarship. Do well to subscribe to this channel if you've not done so. Like this video, share this video, and the next time I see you, I'll be talking about how to answer the essay questions for Chevening scholarship. Thank you.